You ever had one of them ideas that you just know is a terrible idea, but you're like, gonna do it anyways? Good morning. Snow, real feel of -15. Ugh, ready for summer. To be cruising in my sweet Pontiac station wagon. It's gonna be so much fun. LS 4-wheel drive. Man, oh man. Seems to be getting a lot of attention kind of everywhere too. Really appreciate that from you guys. You guys seem to be liking it. So we're building it for the Rat Fest Rat Rod Build Off 2026. We're gonna debut it hopefully at the Darryl Starbird show in a few weeks down in Tulsa. We just got entered in for the Hot Rod Power Tour 2026 long hauler. So yeah, we're planning on putting some miles on this old girl. Hopefully, you know, if you enjoy it, you get to see it up close and personal. We're going to also do the Rat Rod Power Tour. We'll hopefully be all over this summer in the old girl. Anyhow, today we're going to work on some floorboard action. We don't got a lot to do. We've got the Chevy that we're going to keep original. I plan on putting the original seat adjusters back on the front, and then we're going to mount seat to whatever. We're going to leave the rear seat because it folds down. It's got the metal on it and all that stuff. So it basically converts into a truck if we want. And when the kids are in here, they're in car seats. So whatever. So yeah, we're going to leave all that. Leave the carpet because it seems to be nice and neutral. And I don't mind, I guess, this little bit of gap that we got to deal with here. I plan on just cleaning up this lip here. We've got about a ½ inch here we need to kind of just trim off, grind off. Our inner rockers are perfect. We have our sill plates, which they kind of just come up to here and trim everything off. So I think once we get this trimmed off and rounded off, and then we're just going to kind of bam bam attach with a little flat strip all the way down, get that painted black. I don't know, good enough for me, I guess, you know. So that's the plan. And then back here we've got a little bit more of a hole. I think we'll just kind of patch from here back. Try to make it look, you know, as good as we can and flow as nice as we can. Make it look like we weren't in here, you know. Try to make them blend together. Anyhow, appreciate you guys' support. Like, share, subscribe, do all that cool stuff. We're on all the platforms, so go check us out. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, obviously. Whatever. Anyways, let's get rolling. Alrighty, first piece. I just went ahead and grabbed, you know, a piece of scrap or whatever from the other room. Just some smaller pieces of leftover, and that's what we're going to use up. So kind of eyeballed her, just you know, little by little by little. We got her knocked down, got some holes in there for plug welds. We're going to knock her there, and then we'll seam seal it top and bottom, whatever. And then I went ahead and trimmed this off because, like I say, we want it looking good from both sides, so it'll save us on the cleanup, you know, whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and tack weld that in. This one's pretty well flat. We'll just kind of start working little piece at a time here and there before you know it, it'll be done. So like I say, I'm gonna weld that one in, keep rolling. Driver front, looking pretty good. Decided to fully weld it. Happy with it. Couple pieces, whatever. But yeah, looks good. Think time, yeah, all that's done. Cleaned up, ground up. Little seam seal, undercoat. Happy with it. We got a little bit up front, but I think we'll do that once we pull the fender off. So yeah, moving on. Front's done. On to the rear. Well, I pulled the rear bottom seat out, got it out of the way, just kind of stuffed it up there. Our rear floorboard, super solid. We got the cross member here, and we got a cross member here. We need to get this ground up, cleaned up. Same here, we've got some extra metal we need to trim off. But yeah, this is in good shape. We need to clean this up. We got to fix our giant rust hole. You know, the Pontiac was just gagged out. Floorboards are terrible. Kind of a shame we got this whole rig up. But anyhow, we're just going to take the rear, kind of how we did the front, just kind of piece her in. I don't know. I guess I'm not getting that carried away with the floorboard. I don't feel like this is the rig to get that fancy with, I guess. I figure a floorboard's better than nothing. And we're using super thick leftover metal here. I think this is going to work out really good. It is almost the right width. And time you tuck it down in there, we need to tap that forward and straighten it out a little bit, or kind of U this up a little bit. Like I say, we need to get this cleaned up first. We got plenty we can trim off there. That'll start our center off, and like I say, it's super thick, and then we can just kind of whatever. I don't know, you can spend all the time you want on this, but I just want to get it done, and we're going to throw carpet over it. We're going to clean it up from the bottom side and paint it, whatever. Just don't feel like this is a project to get all worked up about the floorboards, you know? Let's just get them done. So let's keep cruising and get this rear finished up. Well, our center turned out really good. Happy with it. Super solid. I went ahead and went pretty well flush, just because it's kind of how it wanted to lay. And I was thinking for finished product for the carpet, if I have just like a little 1-inch lip here, it's probably going to get all wrinkled and stuff. So this way the carpet will just lay kind of nice. And to be honest, we're probably only going to have kids back here, so they got short little legs, you know. And that's just how it worked out. I found a couple pieces of, you know, scrap or whatever. That's an old floorboard. I don't know, I'm still thinking about that one. It's got some stamped in designs. I don't know, I'm trying to get over it. It's a floorboard, you know. This one, yeah, I'm just getting ready to kind of mark it out, trim it, keep playing, you know. It's not that bad, just take it one piece at a time. Like I say, I guess if you want to get all caught up and making it look beautiful and stuff like that, which, hey, I have on the right projects, but I don't know. I feel like if you're going to throw carpet over it and stuff, what the hey. Anyhow, let's keep rolling. Well, it don't fit too bad. And I don't know. I just don't think I'm gonna get too tripped up on it. It's pretty darn heavy metal, so once we get her welded in there, I think it's gonna be plenty strong. So I think I'm just gonna start tacking it and whacking it, you know? Oh yeah, super solid. No pop cannon, nothing like that. And we just got a little strip there. Now that don't look too bad at all. I mean, you know, a little cleanup, grind up, seam seal undercoat. Looks good to me. Let's move on to that other side. Well, I think I've decided, what's it hurt? Let's just use it. It almost fits. Barely gonna have to make a little patch over here, so I'm just gonna roll with it. And, you know, it is what it is. floorboards done. Pretty much happy with it. Got them all welded in. We need a seam seal, undercoat, you know what I mean? They're mismatched, but again, who cares? I guess, I don't know. We used leftover metal, and I mean, it's all super solid, no pop cannon nowhere, so that's all I really care. You know, whatever, it's all connected. These little holes here for the body bolt inspection holes or whatever. I figure, you know, we'll just kind of juice all that up while we got those off. And those, I got the plates, whatever they seam seal on. But, you know, once you get the old carpet on there, it looks pretty slick, you know? Gonna work for us, happy with it. Yeah, oh, there's those silly little covers, whatever. Anyhow, I think we'll move on to body mounts and kind of get the floorboard section. You know, we need to tackle those, kind of redo those so they're above and they look a little better, and kind of clean up the bottom of the floorboard, get it ready. The only thing we got left is the rear trunk, whatever you want to call that. I think we're going to put the gas tank back there, so we'll deal with that when we do the gas tank. And then we've got this little bit up front here, and then around the toe boards. I think we'll pull the fenders off like we talked earlier. To do that at a later date, we'll pull the front clip off and blah blah blah, kind of fill that in. I think we can do that later though. Like I say, I'm going to get her cleaned up a little bit, wheel back on the hoist. We'll do some body mounts on to the bottom. So everything turned out pretty good under here. Happy with the floorboards, really. I think, you know, I mean, obviously they need a little grinding, clean up, whatever. And we got this fat lip here that we need to trim off. And on this side, we didn't trim off our floorboards, you know, silly me. So got to deal with that. And then we need to do, obviously, new body mounts. I want everything above the rocker. So, you know, and this side's not near as bad. We need to deal with the scaly stuff, kind of clean all that up. And I'm planning on, you know, really coating the bottom of the floorboards and stuff, POR or whatever. Getting the chassis all cleaned up so it'll, you know, hopefully outlive us. So that's the plan. This side's a little more crusty. This side, for like some of this heavy scale, you know, I got the little wire brush attachment for the angle grinder. We'll probably hit a lot of this with. The Sawzall works pretty good, to be honest, too. Just putting your blade kind of at a flat, using an old junky blade, and just kind of like hammering on it a little bit, I guess. If it's super rusty, then it'll just blow through it, but it'll peel off a lot of the scaly stuff. I already did some of this frame with it. So I'm going to use a variety of tools is what I'm saying. We're going to get her all cleaned up, and then we'll start working on building our new body mounts and such. Get her all seam sealed, undercoated, and blah, 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 painted up. Anyhow, let's keep her rolling. It's going to be a dirty job, but, you know, we got to get her done. The old Sawzall worked out surprisingly well. Pretty well wore out the end of that tip. For stage one, I'm gonna get out the wire brush. I got off all the big, heavy, scaly stuff. Worked out pretty good, especially on this side. Moving on. Yeah, got her cleaned out, blowed out. You know, probably another 5-10 pounds worth of gunk. Looking pretty good. Got some neutralizer, whatever. Kind of got all this. Like I say, these are all blown out, cleaned out. the big scaly stuff off. I still want to run the wire brush over some of this, but for these, I think we're good enough, you know? This is the only one that's going to be below the rocker here, so I'm thinking probably just piece these in, whatever. I'm just going to use up little pieces that I got. I'm thinking we just kind of slant that at like a 45 there from here to there. And the front side here, I think we'll still wait to pull these fenders off. We need to do that a little bit up in there. We'll probably just do that. But like I say, for now, I think we'll go here, and then we'll pop these sides in, and kind of same situation here, you know, bam, bam, bam. These we might be able to do out of one and just hit them with a brake. But this one, being is kind of 45. But like I say, these are gonna be even with the rocker, so it kind of works out good. It's gonna look nice. Let's, like I say, just little bites. Start taking these off. Looking pretty good though. The rest of it's all pretty well cleaned up. Like I say, a little bit of wire brushing, and I want to come back and re-power wash it. Blah blah blah. You know, we're gonna get her dialed in, but let me get this fab work done. Good morning. That side turned out good. Passenger side looking good. Happy with it. Driver side, not so much. Lots of crust and rust. And it's kind of like, you ever had one of them ideas you just know is a terrible idea, but you're like, gonna do it anyways? Yeah, we're kind of at that position. We got the old portable blaster here, which last time I blasted anything was the Dodge dually wheels. It's been a couple years ago. Go check that video out. But we did that outside and it was a terrible mess. I remember hating myself. We're gonna do this inside my shop, which is probably a terrible idea, but we're gonna do it anyways because it needs done. See how bad this turns out. We're gonna get this side blasted up and then we'll kind of build this side out, but it's just a little crustier than I want to deal with. So let's move forward with our bad decision. Dirty job, but didn't take us really that long, to be honest. A little over an hour. So I didn't get perfect with it. You know, I'm not for sure what we're gonna do with this later. If we're gonna pull the body back off the chassis and really detail it up nice, I'm just not 100% sure yet. And if we decide to do more, I think we'll wait for a warmer day and kind of pull the wheels off and maybe do a little more of the suspension. Might get a heavier media too, but for now, the body mounts to where we're welding and stuff, that's really what I wanted to clean up. And the insides in here where it was super crusty and, you know, blah, blah, blah. Got this cleaned up so we can weld to it, seam seal it, and we're not going on top of rust. And this side was just quite a bit crustier, but honestly, really cleaned it up nice. Like I say, not perfect. We kind of went over a few things quickly, but yeah, this side was in a lot better shape. Kind of went over it again and finished cleaning it up, so I'm really happy with this side. We'll get some neutralizer and whatever on there, kind of start getting some good covering on there. At least now we can seam seal it and all that good stuff. We can always do a better job later, but like I say, for now, this gets us rolling, you know? So I'm going to continue on with these body mounts, kind of do the same flavor as the other side, you know, try to keep it pretty well the same, keep them above the rocker, kind of 45 this one, whatever. Yeah, keep moving on. Let's go. Cruising through the driver's side. I was just gonna show you the finished product. You know, we got the center one done. I've got our plates and stuff for the other ones, but I forgot the body bolts broke on this side. So figured I'd show you how we're gonna deal with that situation. Luckily, they're just kind of welded in sheet metal, the nuts are. So, you know, of course they just rust and break and whatever. It's pretty common, like on the boxes, body bolts, whatever. Common Chev thing. So we, you know, luckily it just pushed right out. So I'm saying that the old one did. So we got a new bolt. We got a washer for the bottom, because I don't know what happened to the original one or whatever, but these had slotted holes in them, and it took me all of a few seconds to plies out. So we got that, boom, bang. And then it's like, well, what did we do for the nut? This one's got an access hole, that one does not. So I quickly welded up this little nut on a rod, and then you can kind of fish that bad boy in there, let it slam up against the old cab mount, and weld it. Simply like so. Got the washer in there, got it tightened up, and we're gonna end up just kind of welding. Get on there, stay on there. The nut here, or rod, to the inside of the cab mount, and then if you want to go pull that back out, that'll stay in there. Boom, bang, done, you know? Kind of an easy way, I guess, to fix it. That's how I'm gonna fix it. This one, you got limited access. I had to plies out a little hole up here. That's kind of what drew me to doing the rod, and then I just, you know, whatever. I just figured I'd show you guys. Anyways, we're gonna weld those up real quick. Throw the, like I say, throw the caps on there. Keep moving on. This side will be done. Body mount's done, you know? So anyways, keep rolling. Body mounts done, welded. Happy with it. Ready for the whole floorboards and stuff are ready for like seam seal and, you know, some coating. I think we don't want to do the whole thing yet, because I want to come in here and kind of power wash all this grease and grime off, whatever. But I want to get this stuff sealed up before we, you know, introduce water into it. So the plan is we're going to use the old tried and true Pour 15. Been using this stuff since I was a teen. I got one in the other room that, you know, we did the chassis on, and still looks like new, you know. I mean, stuff really lasts good, and it really bites into the rust. That's what we want. So we'll probably end up doing the chassis and all that stuff in it eventually. But like I say, for right now, I was reading the old instructions. I know, what are you doing? Trying to do things right. And kind of looking on the internet, blah, blah, blah. We should Pour 15 it before we seam seal it. You know, and let it get into all that rust. So that's the plan. I'm gonna mainly focus on the floorboards and the body mounts, getting them stuff kind of weatherproof, I guess. We'll worry about the chassis later, and get it to where we can kind of get it seam sealed, get the inside done, blah, blah, blah. Get it done tonight so it's dry for tomorrow. Anyways, I'm gonna pour out some of that. We get to brushing. Check that out. Man, oh man, that turned out good, huh? I'm happy with it. You know, I mean, for whatever. They're floorboards, they're black, and, you know, they could have been smoother. I used that sponge brush, what I had, and, you know, that kind of put some texture to it. Whatever, I don't care. Looks great. Really cleaned it up. Looks all uniform now. I mean, now we got a floorboard, guys. We got it won. It's so exciting. I was gonna throw a little seam seal, throw the carpet back down, stuff like that, but like I say, it's still just a little tacky. I think we're gonna give her another day of dry time, you know what I mean? Let's check out the bottom, see how that looks, because this looks a million times better. Super excited to see how that looks. Let's raise her back up. Man, oh man, the bottom does not disappoint. Let me know what you guys think. The cab mounts, floorboards, really cleaned up that crust. Can't wait to get the chassis and all the rest of that stuff done in stages, you know. At least now, when we power wash all this gunk, and you know, we still got some floorboard patching back there to do. At least when we get kind of do a little more cleanup, this isn't re-rusting on us or getting any worse or anything like that. So yeah, happy with it. I would like to seam seal, you know, our edges and stuff like that, but right now it's still a little tacky, and I don't want to jump the gun. Let everything dry properly and all that good stuff. No need to rush it. We've got other stuff to do, but that just kind of ends it with us. You know what I mean? It's been a good week though. We've got a lot done. The side, you know, the side profile looks so much better with the body mounts just kind of out of the way. Really cleans it up. Let me know what you guys think. It's really been exciting that you guys are really digging this project. I know this episode's not quite as exciting, but it really is nice, you know, engaging back and forth with the comments, and we're getting way more views and subscribers and all that good stuff, and it really helps us. We've done quite a few projects now on YouTube, and this one is really blowing up. So I was kind of losing steam on it, feeling like, man, is this a reality? Can we do this forever? But you know, channel's growing, so I'm excited. Appreciate you guys, you know, keep dumping the gas on the fire, and throw in the old subscribe and all that good stuff. Tell your friends, you know. Hey, hopefully if you guys like this project, we're gonna be all around this summer. Ratfest Rat Rod Build Off's what we're building it for. We're gonna be at the Daryl Starbird show in Tulsa here in a couple weeks, hopefully doing burnouts and all that cool stuff. We're doing the Hot Rod Power Tour long hauler, so we've got other stuff in the works, but you know, that's just a few things we're going to be doing. So anyways, if you guys like the project, check out the whole series. Go check out some of our older projects. We've done lots of cool stuff, not just rat rods, painting stuff, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, anyways, appreciate you guys. See you on the next one.